Alrighty, so finally I'm sitting down to talk about Fear the Walking Dead. I've been meaning to talk about this for quite a while. There's actually an argument to be made that Fear the Walking Dead is better than The Walking Dead right now, which I know could be a little controversial to say, but I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that. I think The Walking Dead is still better, but I think you could make that argument though. Anyways, post your thoughts on that down below on what show you think is better, because Fear the Walking Dead's first two episodes, episode 8 and 9, are pretty big episodes. From all of the early reviewers out there that have watched the first two episodes, they are all saying that these first two episodes are massive. Like, big, shocking things happened, and it's just, yeah, I think it's Fear the Walking Dead doing what they did really well in the first half of the season. Now, with a lot of these early reviewers, I know just from the past that a lot of these things can be overhyped, so I'm not expecting them to be like massive moments where you're like freaking out and all of that, right? Like, I think they could be potentially really good moments, but we'll have to wait and see. My interest is there. I was hoping that the second half of Fear Season 6 would continue I guess, just how great the first half of Fear Season 6 was. So yeah, if you are new here and you want more Fear the Walking Dead content like this, just make sure to be a subscriber. The show's coming back on April 11th, which is about 3 weeks away, I would say. I'll be able to watch an episode early, about a week early, so I'll post my review that day, most likely before Here's Negan, because Here's Negan will be airing on April 4th. That's the true finale to Season 10 of The Walking Dead. Also on the same day, we will be able to watch Fear the Walking Dead's, I guess, mid-season premiere. So I'll post my non-spoiler review anyways earlier that day, and then obviously talk about the finale to Season 10 later that night. So you want any more content like this, just make sure to hit subscribe. And in terms of Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, I haven't heard any plans. Maybe some of you guys can let me know down below if you do know. I think they're filming that right now, or they will be filming, but I'm pretty sure that season is most likely going to be starting this fall, but I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that because I haven't heard any mention of it. I don't know what they're planning to do for the fall and when they plan to film and etc. I'm just assuming it's going to be the fall because The Walking Dead is returning in the summer, and by summer, I think they mean August, because usually when they say summer, they mean August. They never really mean July or like late June. It's always an August thing. Potentially even September thing. Like, it's a late August, early September thing. So that's when I'm expecting it. And then it'll end at some point, maybe early October, where Fear Season 7 could likely air. And they might do the same thing again with Fear, right? They might air Fear the Walking Dead alongside The Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2, because that is also filming right now. They're wrapping up all of that. And I'm a little interested in if they're planning to make Fear the Walking Dead more of the main show now, right? Because the Daryl and Carol spinoff is not going to be out for a little bit. The Walking Dead final season, I think, is going to have pretty irregular air dates, just because it's like 30 episodes or 24 episodes for the final season, right? They're starting this summer, and so I think it's probably going to be very irregular in terms of which episodes come out where. And I think, like, because they are filming the Rick Grimes movie, they likely have a release date window where they want that to come out, because they want people in theaters. I think that's the big thing with it, right? They want people in theaters to watch this movie, and so I think that's why it definitely has been pushed off a little bit. That's why I'm thinking next year for sure. Like, I think next summer it will most likely come out. It's just whether or not they want to time, I guess, the movie's release with The Walking Dead ending, right? Like, if you want to do The Walking Dead ending right before it comes out or after it comes out. But yeah, to go back to that argument, is Fear the Walking Dead better than The Walking Dead? I promise we'll talk about the trailer in a second. I wanted to state my opinion on this a little bit more, which is I do think Fear the Walking Dead is better than The Walking Dead is currently, in terms of these 6 new episodes, because they are just kind of bottle episodes in a sense, right? It's like filler, it's just character development episodes. So in that sense, yeah, Fear Season 6 is much better than these episodes. At least I enjoyed them a lot more. And in terms of the final season, I just don't think Fear the Walking Dead is going to match it. Like, the show's really good, I am enjoying it, but my interest in the Walking Dead characters is just so much more higher. And because it is the final season, because they're probably going to end on a really high note, Fear can't really be that, it's never going to reach that, but it could still be really amazing, which it is right now. And I'm waiting for Fear the Walking Dead to just kind of fall off and be bad again, because I'm just used to that, but it hasn't happened yet. I have a lot of faith in the second half of season 6, but we'll see what they do for Season 7, right? Like, I'm hoping that it's not just this one season thing. Now, there's this shot of Strand, and I'm presuming that's Alicia right there, and And yeah, Strand is, I guess, trying to work with Alicia in this scene. They are at a dam, and this seems to be where they're just holed up right now. Like any kind of battling, any kind of thing that's going to happen, it's going to happen at this dam, which is pretty funny that they're returning to a dam, because that was like the big focus in season 3, right? Which is kind of cool. We have Dwight and Sherry, and Dwight gives Sherry a kiss. It's not on the lips, it's like on the cheek. So I don't know if that necessarily means that they're saying like goodbye, or if it's just more of like, because obviously Sherry meant so much to Dwight. I don't think it means they're back together necessarily, because the way that he kisses her on the cheek is more like it's more of like a thank you, and more of, you know, like they're obviously really close, but I don't know. I do think they're going to get back together, though. I think things are very complicated between the two, but they definitely are going to get back together. We then have this group here. This is I can't remember what his name is, Ollie or something like that. It's Sherry's group, and he says something about searching for her, so I don't know if he means Sherry or Althea, because we'll talk about that in a second. Then we have this shot here of Gracie, who is really pregnant now, and it's kind of a Lucille, like on your knees situation, and Virginia looks like she's ordering them to pull the trigger. Now, just based off of the coloring here and the lighting and stuff, I think that obviously something's going to go down here that prevents them from killing her, right? Because it's just, you're not going to do that, especially if she's pregnant. Like, I just don't see the show doing something like that. The show used to do things like that. Like, they kind of did that, not really, because Judith survived, but they killed off Lori in a very similar way back in season 3. But I don't think they're at a point where they can take risks like that. Like, they just won't do that, which does suck. You know, like, there are limitations to writing. They won't go dark in certain ways, and it's not like I want that for Gracie. It's just, I'm just kind of pointing out that there's some limitations. Like back in the day, they would make really insane decisions like that and do very dark stories where you had Lori die, who was pregnant and stuff. And in this situation, I don't think they would kill Gracie off. I also think a part of it is that she is like a big part of the story for Morgan. And I do think she's like happiness, and she's a way out for Morgan. And I think it would be really important for them to reunite at some point very soon. We have this shot here of John, who is just on his own now and somehow has to re-enter the fold. So we'll see how that works out for him. And I think this is Charlie with the binoculars saying that they're coming. And then this awesome shot here of Morgan. This really confused me because I couldn't tell what the background was. I was like, that's not the sky. It's not that cloudy. But no, that's the dam. Obviously, it's the dam. And yeah, Morgan just looks badass. This staff that he's made into this like scythe-like thing, like Jesus, with that overcoat and the hat, I can't get over how amazing he looks. And I actually think that's a big part to why Fear is just so awesome this season, is that the characters actually look cool, and Morgan looks cool. He looks different. And I think that's the big thing with Morgan, is that for the longest time, he's always had the same look, and you want him to look more badass. Like, it is a thing. It's a thing when you watch shows that you want your characters to kind of look cool. And I would say, like with Rick, my favorite look of his is when he's wearing the murder jacket and he has his beard. Like, the murder jacket is that brown jacket. I want him to wear that jacket again. When he puts that on, it's just like, oh shit. Same with Daryl. I like when he just wears the vest and like just like, I guess, like a shirt underneath, but not a t-shirt, like a muscle shirt where you see his arms and stuff, right? Because that's classic Daryl. He just looks badass with that, holding the crossbow and stuff like that. And he hasn't worn anything like that in a very long time. So I also do like Rick's season 9 look with the beige shirt and like the shorter hair, and it's more gray and white. Like, I do like that look because it's more like old man Rick, but it has only been a couple of years, and Andrew Lincoln, when he does grow his hair out, it's actually not that gray and white. So definitely growing his hair out more, he will look more like season 8 Rick again, which, yeah, I mean, put on the murder jacket. If you can find a jacket like that, a new look anyways for the movies, that's just awesome. That's why Negan is so cool. When Negan puts that jacket on, it's just like, holy shit. With Lucille too, you know, like that's the vibe I'm getting here from Morgan. I think this is Morgan's look. This is my favorite look he has had so far. Like, yeah, in season 4 and 5, he did kind of, he had that like, almost like that Elijah look, right? Like Elijah is the newer character. He wore that green jacket thing with that mask or whatever. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite look of Morgan's, and I hope they continue that. Morgan seems just like absolutely stressed out here because someone's arriving. I imagine it's like the end is the beginning people, or it's Virginia's group, because this big battle is going to happen. Like, I think they cleverly really built up this whole Virginia and Morgan feud in the first half of season 6, because in season 5 it wasn't really there. Like, Virginia came in and there was the whole Logan thing, but it just kind of like, I didn't care. I simply just didn't care about anything. I kind of liked Virginia a little bit because I liked the actress, but there was nothing there that was exciting in it that I cared to learn more about. And I would say in season 6, they actually built it up in a really great way where I can't wait for the ending to this. Like, they're actually building it up so well that when Virginia dies or however this arc ends, I'm actually really excited for it. I'm invested in this story right now, and I hope that they actually use this as an arc, because Fear the Walking Dead doesn't really have arcs, and I'm serious about that. Like, could you actually label the arcs like you can on The Walking Dead? Not really. Like, not in a way where it is so profound, like with the Whisperer arc, the Savior arc. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have arcs like that. This is more of the Virginia and I guess the Pioneer arc, right? I'm pretty sure they're called the Pioneers. This started at the end of season 5 and it's ongoing for season 6. We'll see about season 7. But before this, there really wasn't much there. Like, what was season 4 and 5? Really, it was nothing. All of it was really nothing. So really awesome for them. I'm definitely excited about that. And then we have this shot here of Daniel, who is like, looks like he's just like meditating, relaxing, and then there's like some explosions. So I'm assuming that he's waiting for something, and then it happens, because he doesn't seem that surprised by it, but more like he's expecting it. And then when it happens, he just kind of reacts that way. And then we get this poster here of the end is the beginning, which is just the whole thing with this group, right? Like, who is the end is the beginning people, and what's their actual name? Is this something for like after the Pioneers? Or is it something that's going to be intertwined with the Pioneers, where both storylines kind of end around the same time? We have Althea, Luciana, and oh my god, I almost forgot her name, Alicia. They're with this new group, and yeah, they're in this place. When these elevator doors open, they probably see this here. The end is the beginning, and Alicia is going to meet that scientist doctor person who is, I'm sure things are going to get really intense. I really don't know what to expect from that guy. Like, to me, it seems like he's going to be doing experiments on her, just in the sense of like taking her brain out and stuff. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from this guy. Like, I really don't know what to expect, and that's why I'm really interested in Fear the Walking Dead. I think they've done such a great job in building up the excitement in the story and the interest, because a lot of people, I think if you were to give Fear season 6 a chance, you would be really interested. You would actually watch it, and it's entertaining. But yeah, I'll leave it here. Post all your thoughts down below on Fear season 6. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.